How do you make an alphabet for your constructed language? First of all, you should start by choosing a script. As you can see, there are many different writing systems in the world, and you should choose your favorite one. Choose an alphabet for your constructed language simply by defining the goal of your language. Will it be based on Latin script, Cyrillic script, or will it use an entirely customized script? You could also make a language with more than one alphabet, just like Serbian, which uses both Latin and Cyrillic alphabets. But if you choose to make a language that will have a custom writing system, there will be a problem in trying to type words in that language. So you will end up needing to add Latin script just for language transcription and pronunciation. You can use a custom script only to experiment with various writing systems, but my recommendation is to use Latin script because it is recognized everywhere in the world and more than 90% of keyboards use it for typing.
But I really like custom writing system. It looks very creative.
Thank you, Willy. If you live in a country that uses Cyrillic script, you can try writing your constructed language with that kind of script. It will only require you to install additional keyboards for Slavic or non-Slavic languages, depending on how complex the writing system you want to have in your Conlang.
But I prefer Latin script.
Okay, Willy, I understand that you like Latin script, but let's start with a basic exercise. Take all 26 letters in the Latin script.
But actually this is English alphabet, teacher.
Yes, but that is how the script is actually called. Now, try to make an alphabet that won't have some letters.
I would choose these letters.
Okay. Now, this step is optional. You can add custom letters or diacritics to the vowels, just to make the alphabet more unique. And now, when you have the basic alphabet, I need to teach you some additional tips. To make acute accents, use this key on your keyboard and try to type this, A, E, I, O, U. This key can also give the letter C a cedilla, and it will look like this. It also works for the letter Y, the one that is present in Czech and Slovak languages. If you want diaeresis or umlaut, make sure that you press Shift and this key at the same time. The quotation key is actually how it's called, and try to press a vowel. You can get these letters.
But wait, how can I type this letter? I tried and it's not working.
Well, Willy, some more special characters can be added by learning Unicode keys and by pressing left Alt on your keyboard and the number on your numeric pad. These are some examples of what can you get by pressing various combinations. Now you can name your letters like I did in one of my previous videos, but you can also give some pronunciation for the vowels and consonants. For example, B can be pronounced like B or P, C can be pronounced in these three ways, C, K and Th. D can sometimes become T, H can be either silent or pronounced like H, but you can make custom pronunciation depending on how complex pronunciation you want to achieve in your language. You can also give your vowels a custom pronunciation. Here is how I did it in my language. A, E, I, A, E, I. O, U, O, U. So this is how I differ pronunciation between capital and lowercase vowels. The vowel I is an exception, because when you add an accent, instead of pronouncing I, you will pronounce it I. A, E, I. A, E, I. You can make something different for your language, so you can experiment with various kinds of pronunciation. If you want an alphabet like mine, just make sure to give some differences when the vowel is uppercase, because that can make pronunciation much easier for a person who is listening to your language. You can also give your language an interesting, remarkable name, like I did for my language, Apsognian language. So, that's pretty much it for this language creation tutorial. I hope you have learned something new when it comes to creation of new languages and alphabets.
Thank you for teaching me. Now I can make my own language.
You are welcome, Billy. As I mentioned before, I provide paid lessons and language creation services. All you have to do is to send me a DM on Instagram, and we will organize a video call and a potential Zoom meeting. I would be happy to hear some other person talking about my constructed language. It would definitely be an amazing experience. So, if you want more tutorials and constructed language videos, consider subscribing, and I will be making more videos in the future. So stay tuned and happy learning.
Make sure to also watch these videos.
Goodbye and vi struig.